to the fifth in our series of lectures on the Compass of Zen. We're very honored to have Zen Master Seung Sahn, our founding teacher and 78th patriarch, in the line going back to the Buddha. Daesan Sunim attained enlightenment at the age of 22 and has been teaching in the West since 1972 and now has centers all over the world. Giving the introductory talk, or shall I say giving the introductory talk will be Mu Ryang Sunim, who has been a student of Daesan Sunim's for over 15 years, well over 15 years, and has been a monk almost that long, and has practiced extensively in America and Asia, and most recently was the abbot of this Zen Center for 4 years, and is now building a retreat center in the mountains near Tehachapi. Bob Moore Pope Sunim was supposed to give the talk tonight, but because of family emergency, he was not able to come. So we're sorry about that. So without further ado, I give you Mu Ryang Sunim.
Thank you very much, Sunim. I remember about 15 years ago, I was on a trip to Korea. The first one that I ever took was with Daesan Sunim, and Diana was there, and Mu Ryang Sunim, and a lot of other people. And we stopped in Taiwan on the way back to America, and I remember this trip to the Taiwan, or the National Museum in Taipei, which is this famous museum which reportedly has 50 train loads of all the precious art objects from 5,000 years of Chinese history that Chiang Kai-shek was able to take out of China before the communists took over, and it's all stored in this museum. Well, we went through it in about a half an hour following Zen Sunim, and there were a few art aficionados in our group who were complaining that we were going too fast and didn't have time to look at all the beautiful things. And Zen Sunim said, everything very quickly into, then later slow digest. So this Compass of Zen series is like that art tour through the National Museum. We've already in 4 days covered Hinayana Buddhism, Mahayana Buddhism, and we've started talking about Zen. So it's been very quick, and a lot of material has gone into. So if we just keep a clear mind and let the information and Daesan Sunim's wisdom go in, then later on, if we practice, we can digest this all. So I want to thank you all for coming again tonight. And tonight we're continuing to talk about Zen. Mu Ryang Sunim started us off yesterday, and I'd just like to say that Buddhism, we talked about Buddhism for a couple days, Hinayana Buddhism and Mahayana Buddhism. This is more of Indian-style Buddhism, which is very metaphysical, very philosophical, and Indian Buddhism went to China, and Chinese people had a completely different style mind. And Indian Buddhism got together with Chinese Taoism, in particular, and that was very practical and very concrete, and also very nature-oriented and sometimes poetic. And so Indian Buddhism combined with this Chinese Taoism, and Zen appeared slowly, as these two traditions got together. Zen appeared. And so now we're talking about Zen. And you'll see as we go through these things that there's this philosophical basis of Indian Buddhism, Hinayana and Mahayana, and then this very poetic, nature-oriented style of talking, which is like Chinese Taoism style. So, anyways, we're going to start on page 25 with 3 prajna things. And prajna is the Sanskrit word for wisdom. 3 wisdom things. The ground is not dark or light. The tree has no roots. The valley has no echo. So the story behind this is that there were, at the time of the Buddha in India, there were 7 sisters. And they always did together action with each other, always ate together, slept together, did things together. Most importantly, practiced meditation together, chanted together, did mantras together, and so they were very strong practicing people. Then one day one of their acquaintances died, and they had to go to the funeral. So on the way they passed this, what they call in India, charnel ground, which is where all the corpses are just thrown around for the animals to eat, and they found a skeleton on the road, or in the charnel ground. And one of the sisters said, before, this skeleton was very beautiful, had very beautiful skin, beautiful hair, blood, tissues, all this, very beautiful. But now it's just white bones. Where did the master go? Then one sister pointed to the ground and said, like this. And then another sister pointed to the heaven and said, like this. And just at that moment, when the sister pointed to the sky and said, like this, all 7 sisters got enlightenment at the same time. Boom! And there was such a bright light that shone into the heavens that the king of the heaven, I don't know if it was Brahma or Indra, anyways, this king of heaven came down and bowed before all 7 sisters and said, you are wonderful. You've all attained enlightenment at the same time, so I want to give you anything that you want. So anything you want, tell me, and I will give to you as your in gratitude for your practice and enlightenment. So these sisters were very smart. They said, okay, we want the 3 prajna things. We want the ground that's not dark or light. We want the tree that has no roots. And we want the valley that has no echo. Well, this God went all around and around and around the whole earth looking for these 3 things, but couldn't find them. So finally they said, you go ask Buddha. So he went to Buddha, this God went to Buddha and said, I want to find the 3 prajna things. And Buddha said, if you want the 3 prajna things, then you must practice very, very strongly like these 7 sisters, attain your true self, get enlightenment, and then you can pay these sisters back. So that's the 3 prajna things. We talked, Mu Ryang Sunim talked yesterday about the Zen circle, where we have 0 degrees, 90 degrees, 180 degrees, 270 degrees, and 360 degrees. So 3 prajna things are actually in the realm between 180 degrees and 270 degrees. Because, you see, it's not dark or light, no roots, no echo. So no, cutting off thinking. But also it's a little freedom style. A valley with no echo, a tree with no roots, a ground that's not dark or light. So it's in this realm of cutting off all thinking and also freedom. Next, the realm of like this. Spring comes, grass grows by itself. The blue mountain does not move. White clouds float back and forth. So if we keep this nothing mind for a long time, this 180 degrees nirvana, or don't know, as Seung Sahn is always telling us, don't know, this mind, cut off all thinking, then we get truth. We have a famous poem, I think it's actually the enlightenment poem of our teacher's teacher, who is Zen Master Kobong, and this poem reads like this: good and evil have no self-nature. Enlightenment and ignorance are empty names. In front of the door is the land of stillness and light. Spring comes, the grass grows by itself. So this poem is a typical Zen poem in that it cuts off this opposites thinking. No good, good and evil do not exist. Enlightenment and ignorance are empty names. Then, in front of the doors, and that's our eyes, our ears, our nose, our tongue, our body, and our mind, in front of the doors is the land of stillness and light, which is the Pure Land, or enlightenment, or nirvana. Then what is that? Spring comes, the grass grows by itself. So that's the realm of like this. Also the blue mountain does not move. White clouds float back and forth. So if our mind is clear, Seung Sahn is always saying, if our mind is clear, it's clear like space, which means clear like a mirror. So when a blue mountain comes, only a blue mountain. But actually, this clear mirror doesn't have a blue mountain. There's nothing there. But if a blue mountain appears, then only blue mountain. If white clouds appear, then only white clouds. But this clear mirror doesn't have white clouds, so not attaching to anything that appears, only reflecting that. That's this point, the realm of like this. Then next, when mind's light returns, perceive. Go drink tea. Watch your step. So, already we've cut off thinking. We've passed this freedom eye, magic eye. We've arrived at truth, just like this. So, any kind of question that students would ask Zen Master Joju, he would answer by saying, go drink tea. What is Buddha? Go drink tea. What is Dharma? Go drink tea. Go drink tea means don't make anything. Put it all down. If we don't make anything and put it all down, then everything's complete. Also, watch your step. This is from a story where Zen Master Majo, somebody asked Zen Master Majo, what is Buddha? And Majo said, sky is blue, tree is green. Then the student said, yeah, I already understand that. Then Majo said, watch your step, or look out for your feet, something like that. And the student looked down and there were snakes all around his feet. And he was all surprised, and his sky is blue, tree is green mind completely disappeared. And then the snakes disappeared. They were just an illusion. And so understanding can't help us. Yeah, I understand sky is blue, tree is green. I understand spring comes, grass grows by itself. But understanding that cannot help us. We must attain that. So watch your step means moment to moment. When you're doing something, just do it. And I remember when I first began practicing, one of the things that helped me the most was this little saying in maybe some brochure I saw where Seung Sahn was quoted as having said, if you keep this don't know mind, then every step you take, every swing of your arms is already the truth and already saving all people from suffering. So if we keep this don't know mind, then that's it. That's already saving people from suffering. Next, the human root, page 26. The human root. Coming empty-handed, going empty-handed, that is human. When you are born, where do you come from? When you die, where do you go? Life is like a floating cloud which appears. Death is like a floating cloud which disappears. The floating cloud itself originally does not exist. Life and death, coming and going, are also like that. But there is one thing which always remains clear. It is pure and clear, not depending on life and death. Then what is the one pure and clear thing? So this really is very to the point of Buddhism. Buddha had this very good situation. He was a prince, son of a very rich king in a small state in India, and was married. He had a young son. His life was very good, the best. It couldn't have been better. But Buddha did not understand where he was going when he died. He saw sickness, old age, and death, and this gave him a very big question. What is life? What is death? Where do I go when I die? So, because he had this question, all this good situation that he had didn't matter in the least, and all he could think about was finding the answer to this question that he had. So he went off into the forest and practiced. He did hard training for 6 years. Finally, one morning he looked up into the sky and he saw a star, the morning star, and he got enlightenment. So Buddha understood that life is like a floating cloud, which appears and disappears, but the floating cloud itself originally does not exist. more importantly, there's one thing that always remains clear, not dependent on life and death. So Buddha saw this star and boom, attained that one pure and clear thing. So that's our job. What is this one pure and clear thing? Don't know. Just seeing is Buddha nature. If you want to understand the realm of Buddha, keep a mind which is clear like space. So let all thinking and all external desires fall far away. Let your mind go any place with no hindrance. Then, what is keeping a mind which is clear like space? So, if you want to understand the realm of Buddha, that means if you want to get out of the suffering ocean, if you want to attain enlightenment, if you want to change your karma, if you want to end ignorance, any kind of aspiration you have is wanting to understand the realm of Buddha. So some question or some big problem that brings us up short and gives us this don't know mind, then keep a mind which is clear like space. So if you have that mind, then thinking and external desires just fall away. Let your mind go any place with no hindrance. I think this is the same line that the sixth patriarch heard when he heard somebody reciting the Diamond Sutra in China, and the line was something like, let your mind go any place with no hindrance. Then hearing that, the sixth patriarch, this very young woodcutter, got enlightenment. And the whole Zen tradition really began with him in China. So then, what is keeping a mind which is clear like space? What am I? Don't know. If your mind is not clear, listen to the following. It is enlightenment nature. Above is the dwelling place of all Buddhas. Below are the 6 realms of existence. One by one, each thing is complete. One by one, each thing has it. It and dust interpenetrate. It is already apparent in all things. So, without cultivation, you are already complete. Understand, understand, clear, clear. So that's an enlightenment poem from a great master a long time ago. This means that everything has the same substance. This is all Mahayana philosophy, all boiled down into one poem. Everything has the same substance. Seung Sunim often talks about it's like cookies that are made in a cookie factory. Everything is made out of the same dough, but the stamp is different. So there's some stamps that are animals, some stamps that are people, some stamps that are fire trucks, some stamps that are airplanes, all kinds of different names and forms, but the taste is all the same. So if we attain this don't know that we've been talking about for the last 4 days, then we attain that everything is one. One by one, each thing is complete. One by one, each thing has it. So, Seung Sunim doesn't have a Zen stick today. I was hoping I could hold the Zen stick and hit with it. But anyways, holding up the Zen stick, do you see? Hitting with the Zen stick. Boom, do you hear? Already you see clearly. Already you hear clearly. Then what are this stick, this sound, and your mind? Are they the same or different? If you say same, I will hit you 30 times. If you say different, I will still hit you 30 times. Why? Ha! 3 times 3 equals 9. So this is really the kind of crystal of Seung Sunim's Zen style teaching. And in interviews and in Dharma talks, he often gives this teaching. So if you say same, that's thinking. If you say different, that's also thinking. How can you answer without making thinking, without ending up in the opposites world? So that's why this shout, ha! Or hit the table, or some action, cuts off all thinking. Then only 3 times 3 equals 9. So already we talk about the stick, the sound, and your mind, 3 things. And then Seung Sunim's always talking about correct situation, correct function, correct relationship, 3 more things. And also great love, great compassion, the great bodhisattva way. So 3 plus 3 plus 3, or 3 times 3 equals 9. Where are you going? Ancient Buddhas went like this. Present Buddhas go like this. You also go like this. I also go like this. What is the thing which is not broken? Who is it that is eternally indestructible? Do you understand? The Zen stick is held overhead and hit to the ground. So this also, again, is summarizing all of Buddha's teaching right here in this short poem. Ancient Buddhas, present Buddhas, you, me, all of us are subject to what we talked about in Hinayana as the 4 characteristics of external phenomenon, which are arising, stability, dissolution or decline, and what's the other one? Decline and dissolution. So everything's always appearing and disappearing. Even Buddhas are appearing and disappearing. We are appearing and disappearing. So in that appearing and disappearing, what is the one thing which is not broken? What is it that is eternally indestructible? Do you understand? So this point, everything before that is all impermanence, or Hinayana style teaching, or 90 degrees. Then this hit, 180 degrees. Cut off all thinking. Only that. What is not broken? What is eternally indestructible? Then next, in the 3 worlds, all Buddhas of past, present, and future simultaneously become the path. On the 10 levels, all beings on the same day enter into nirvana. If you don't understand this, check the following. The statue has eyes and tears silently drip down. The boy sniffles wordlessly in the dark. So already we've cut off all thinking with this hit. Then if we keep this nothing mind, this empty mind, then all Buddhas of the past, present, and future, past, present, and future all become one. Because empty mind is beyond time and space. So in beyond time and space is infinite time and infinite space. So past, present, and future are all contained in this hit. So because we have this mind, all the Buddhas are our Dharma friends on the same path. On the 10 levels, all beings, here it says on the same day, but it's actually in Chinese, at the same time, enter into nirvana. So the 10 levels are, we talked about the 6 realms of existence. The heavens, the asuras, the humans, animals, hungry ghosts, and demons, and hell realms. That's 6 realms. And then there's 4 more, and that is people who have practiced and attained the Buddhist teaching of the 4 Noble Truths on the next, and then the 12 links of dependent origination, which Bridget talked about in Hinayana, those 12 things from ignorance on around to birth, old age, sickness, and birth, old age, and death. People who've attained that are in the next level, and then bodhisattvas are in the next level, and then Buddhas are in the 10th level. So on the 10 levels, all those beings at the same time enter into nirvana. So if you don't understand that, then check the following. The statue has eyes and tears silently drip down. The boy sniffles wordlessly in the dark. So the statue has eyes, tears silently drip down. That's not possible. How can a statue be crying? But Mu Ryang Sunim already talked yesterday about this freedom eye, this magic eye where anything is possible because we have freedom. We're not attached to name and form. So the statue has eyes and tears silently drip down. There's a story of our teacher's teacher, Mu Ryang Sunim, who practiced in Korea about half a century ago. And he was a young Zen student practicing meditation in a Zen center, and all of a sudden the wall became transparent. Boom! Just like this. If there was a wall here, all of a sudden, boom, he could see through it. He saw some farmer in the field. Or all of a sudden he looked up and he could see right through the ceiling, and he thought, I've got enlightenment. So he was so excited he ran in to see the teacher at that temple and said, I got enlightenment, I got enlightenment. That point is here. The statue has eyes and tears silently drip down. 270. Seeing through walls, seeing through ceilings, reading people's mind, flying in the sky, magic. Then this Zen master took a stick and hit him over the head. Boom! Well, his enlightenment disappeared. The wall reappeared, the ceiling reappeared, and he went back to the Zendo and did more hard training. Then finally, one morning he was doing the morning bell chant. Boom! He hit the bell and his mind exploded and he really got enlightenment. So he became famous around Korea because he would go around hitting all the sutra masters in the various temples around Korea for about a year. Then finally he went to see his original teacher, who was Kwan Um Sunim, who is our great grand teacher, and bowed to him deeply, and they started having Dharma combat. Kwan Um Sunim said, I heard you attain enlightenment. And Mu Ryang Sunim said, something appeared. He was trying to be humble, but his pride was evident. And Kwan Um Sunim said, then I have a question for you. And he had a fan and a brush. And he said, this fan and this brush, are they the same or different? And Mu Ryang Sunim said, the fan is the brush and the brush is the fan. And for 2 hours, Kwan Um Sunim tried to show him where he was stuck, that he was missing something. But Mu Ryang Sunim couldn't hear anything. Finally, Kwan Um Sunim said, okay, I have a question for you. And he said these two lines: the statue has eyes and tears silently drip down. The boy sniffles wordlessly in the dark. That's actually the last lines in the funeral ceremony, where somebody's ringing this bell and chanting this in the funeral ceremony that they do in Korea. And he said, and Mu Ryang Sunim had done this for years, this funeral ceremony. He said, so he read this: the statue has eyes and tears silently drip down. What does this mean? Well, Mu Ryang Sunim had no idea. He was completely stuck. And Kwan Um Sunim said, if you don't understand what that means, how can you say the fan is the brush and the brush is the fan? And Mu Ryang Sunim was totally embarrassed, and his pride mind completely left him, and he went back and practiced for 3 more years very strongly, and finally he understood, and he wrote Kwan Um Sunim a letter and said, thank you very much for your teaching. Now I understand. Salt is salty and sugar is sweet. So Kwan Um Sunim gave him transmission at that point. So what does this mean? The statue has eyes and tears silently drip down. The boy sniffles wordlessly in the dark. Don't know. But it's corresponds to 270 degrees and then finally 360 degrees on the Zen circle. But still, we don't know what it means. What does that mean? Zen Master Dosal's 3 gates. Cutting ignorance grass and sitting Zen is wishing to see nature. Then where is your nature now? You already understand your nature and pass beyond life and death. When you die, how then will you be reborn? You already have freedom over life and death, and also understand where you return to. When the 4 elements disperse, where do you go? So Seung Sahn always tells us that our body is like a rental car. We borrow it from the universe, and we have to return it to the universe. But if we attain the driver of the rental car, then our rental car changing, coming, going is no problem. If we don't attain the driver of this rental car, then we're always going to have suffering, because our rental car is going to get smashed and crashed, and our insurance policy is not going to cover it. So, these three questions are all concerning life and death. And in Zen, it's always taking this very, very high class and somewhat difficult Mahayana and Hinayana philosophy and making it, boom, very concrete, very one-pointed, and not leaving you with a statement, but leaving you with a question. So you don't have some idea, you have a question. What does it mean? Which of the following 4 sentences is freedom from life and death? Under the sea, running cow eats the moon. In front of the rock, the stone tiger sleeps, holding a baby in his arms. The steel snake drills into the eye of a diamond. Mount Kunlun rides on the back of an elephant, pulled by a little bird. So that's all crazy. But if you say that's crazy, then you're crazy. Because that's only, we only think that's crazy because we understand that it's not possible. And we understand it's not possible because somebody has put some idea into our head. We've gone through primary school and secondary school and college and graduate school, and we've read newspapers and books and magazines, so we all know that a cow can't run under the sea and eat the moon. And we all know that a stone tiger isn't going to be sleeping with a baby in its arms. In fact, if you go down to Descanso, you'll see that the tigers down there, or the mountain lions, eat people. And they eat them up in Sacramento, too. And steel snakes don't drill into the eye of a diamond. Rather, diamonds drill into steel, because the diamond is the hardest thing. Steel can't cut diamond, diamond cuts steel. So none of these things make sense. Also, Mount Kunlun, which is Mount Sumeru, the mystical mountain in Tibet in Buddhism, doesn't ride on the back of an elephant. Elephants roam around on Mount Sumeru. But everything is upside down and backwards, so it doesn't make any sense. So our thinking is completely useless. What does this all mean? If we have even one thought, we can't answer. So if you meet crazy people on the street, sometimes they're talking like this, and we call them crazy. But who knows?
All children understand.
Yeah, children understand. They see cartoon. So children are more high class than adults because they don't have all this understanding. They see a cartoon, tiger smoking a cigarette or bears dancing around. That's no problem. That's wonderful. Only we think, oh, not possible. But that's only our thinking. So this is actually 270 on the Zen circle, which means freedom, form, freedom, emptiness. Not attached to name and form. So Seung Sahn often talks about if we keep this primary point or this hit mind very strongly, then we get universal energy, which means that our original energy down in our stomach, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, connects with great energy, which is universal energy, through empty energy or air. So through breathing in, breathing out, if we have no I, my, me, then we get universal energy. So then all these things are possible. It's not only some interesting story. Then here's one of my favorite poems in Zen, and we chant it every morning, actually, in the morning bell chant. Sitting in silence in a mountain temple in the quiet night. Extreme quiet and stillness are original naturalness. Why then does the western wind shake the forest? A single cry of the cold weather geese fills the sky. So, Seung Sahn says that as in any Zen poem, this also is very systematic. The first two lines are talking about our original nature and primary point. Sitting in silence in a mountain temple on a quiet night, that's our original nature. And extreme quiet and stillness, our original naturalness. Why then does the western wind shake the forest? Boom! Don't know. Primary point. Then, caw, caw, caw. A single cry of the cold weather geese fills the sky. Only perceive. When I was in Korea, I tried to learn Korean-style chanting when I was living at one temple, and there was one monk who was a Kido monk. All he did was do Kidos, and he had been doing a Kido for 30 years at this one temple. And he was patient enough to try to teach me chanting for 1 month. And he said, we have to start with the bell chant. And so we started with the bell chant, and somehow I couldn't get our tune that we chant out of my head, so I could never learn his style chanting, because I would always revert to our tune, and then it would screw the whole thing up. But before we both gave up on me, he was teaching me these poems. These are all enlightenment poems by Zen masters. This in particular is one of them, but all the poems in the morning bell chant are enlightenment poems, and there's actually about 27 of them. There's not only 3, there's a lot of them. But this one, I asked him, what does this mean? And he was a Kido monk. He wasn't a Zen monk, and he didn't have a Zen master, and he just said he didn't know. He couldn't explain it to me. And I was trying to ask him, well, does it mean this? And he just said, oh, I don't know. Go ask a Zen master. But when I hear this, the impression I get is that, okay, we have extreme quiet and stillness, our original naturalness. That's like saying, originally there is nothing. Then the next line, why then does the western wind shake the forest? So why does Buddhism blow in from India? Why does Buddhism come in from the West? That's always a question that they're asking, especially in China. Why did Bodhidharma come from the West? And in another Korean Zen master's famous book, it says, the Buddhas and patriarchs appearing in this world are like waves appearing on the ocean without any wind. So it reminds me of that when I read this. Zen Master Kobong's 3 gates. The sun in the sky shines everywhere. Why does a cloud obscure it? Everyone has a shadow following them. How can you not step on your shadow? The whole universe is on fire. Through what kind of samadhi can you escape being burned? So if you have just one thought, you can't answer these questions. These are all just do it questions. Just do it kongans. Action kongans. So Seung Sahn is always telling us that in Zen you have to become a #1 good actor. Not keeping your opinion, your situation, or your condition at all. Completely put it all down, then just do it. So he often tells the story of, in the early days of the Japanese film industry, there was a producer that had a lot of money, and he wanted to make the best samurai movie possible. So he enlisted the #1 actor of the day, who was also the #1 kendo master in Japan. You've probably all seen Japanese sword movies, and they always have like Toshiro Mifune or some very good swordsman who's also a really good actor. So he got the best actor of his day. It was before Toshiro Mifune, I don't know the name of the actor. And he got the best director. And he got the best costume designer and the set director, and everything was really high class and cost a lot of money. So they were shooting. And it was time for the fight scene. And the director said, okay, I don't know what they say, but something like roll 'em, or lights, camera, action. And the kendo master started fighting. And immediately the director said, cut, no good. So this kendo master's very angry. But they say, okay, take 2, and lights, camera, action. So he comes out and starts fighting, and within 30 seconds the director says, cut, no good. So by now the samurai, the sword master is getting really angry inside, and they try the third take, and lights, camera, action, and he comes out fighting, and within a couple seconds again the director says, cut, no good. And by this time the man can't control himself anymore, and he's so angry he goes, I'm gonna kill you, with his sword, and he's about to kill about to strike the director, and the director goes, that's good, that's it. So this sword master was holding something, he wasn't completely doing it, and this director understood his mind and brought it out. So that's why we have Zen masters. Because we're not all in the entertainment industry. So these three questions are very interesting because they, in Hinayana and Mahayana Buddhism, they would present the same thing in a different way. Instead of saying the sun in the sky shines everywhere, perhaps in Mahayana Buddhism it would say something like the perception that the absolute is, let's see, where's an example? Insight that sees the phenomenon themselves or the absolute, or talk something about truth or the absolute, or what is Dharma, some explanation. Well, here we very, very concrete. The sun in the sky shines everywhere. Already, that's all Mahayana philosophy. But then, something else. Why does a cloud obscure it? Some fishing hook. Then next, everyone has a shadow following them. So maybe in Mahayana or Hinayana they would start talking about karma. Well, past life karma, before life karma, good karma, bad karma, bodhisattva karma. That's all our shadow that's following us. So how can we not step on our shadow? So that's Zen philosophy. Then finally, the whole universe is on fire. Through what kind of samadhi can you escape being burned? So Buddhism is always talking about this world is like a burning house, or our life is like a burning house. Desire, anger, and ignorance are burning us up. So how can we escape these? But instead of going into all this explanation, very simple. The whole universe is on fire. Through what kind of samadhi can you escape being burned? Boom. So instead of studying philosophy, we're left with this big question, don't know. Just like this is Buddha. The spirit remains clear and light. The 6 roots, senses, and the 6 dusts, perceptions, are taken off and thrown away. The original body remains clear constantly. Speech and words cannot hinder it. True nature has no tint and is already a perfect sphere. Only without thinking, just like this is Buddha. So this is a famous speech, actually. And it's the story of a Zen master named Xin Chang in China, who when he was a young boy, he went to study the sutras in a famous sutra master's temple. And this sutra master he was a fairly old man, he already had 99 students. And Xin Chang was his 100th student, and very young, and very, very smart. And what usually takes 10 or 12 years to master these sutras, because it's all memorization. And if you remember what I said about how many volumes of sutras there are that you have to go through and memorize each one, you can understand why it would take 10 years or 12 years to do that. Anyways, Xin Chang was so smart, he did it in 5 years. And the old man, the old master of the temple, called his top student, and then the second student, and Xin Chang, who was his 100th student. And he said, the 3 of you have already mastered everything I have been teaching here. So now I want to give you a 3-year vacation. So please go out and find something you're interested in and learn it, and then come back here and you can teach that to our students. So the first top student said, oh good, I want to go out and learn Taoism. And the second student said, I want to go out and learn Confucianism. Well, Xin Chang said, I don't want to go out and learn anything, but but I would like a 3-year vacation, so thank you very much. See you later. So they went out for 3 years, and after 3 years they all came back and talked with the Sutra Master. And the first one said, yes, I studied Taoism at this famous monastery high in the mountains, and Taoism means returning to true nature, returning to my nature. So the Sutra Master was very happy, and he said, good, you teach all our students. Then the second one said, I studied Confucianism at the Royal Confucian Shrine, or wherever it was, and and he said, Confucianism means keeping my true nature in all my relationships with my family, my friends, my country, my king, my teachers, always keeping my true nature. And the Sutra Master was very happy and said, wonderful, wonderful, so you teach that to all our students. Then he said, what did you learn, Xinchang? And Xinchang said, I studied nothing. And the Sutra Master was very angry and said, you have just been wandering around for 3 years. You become my attendant if you studied nothing. So he became his attendant. So every day he'd clean the room and make the hot water for the bath, and sometimes he'd scrub the Sutra Master's body. And he was a fairly hefty guy because it was a rich temple and he'd eat a lot of good food. And so he was cleaning his teacher's body one day behind him, scrubbing and singing a little song. And the song went something like, in the Dharma room is really strongly built, but the Buddha is not bright. And the Sutra Master heard that and kind of thought, kind of had an inkling that maybe he was talking about him. The Dharma room was very strongly built, but the Buddha is not bright. So he was a little angry but didn't say anything. Then later on, Xinchang was cleaning the room, and the Sutra Master was relaxing, reading one of his sutras, turning the pages, the rice paper pages. And a bee somehow got through a little hole in the door and came in the room. And it wanted to go back out, but it couldn't go back out, and it kept hitting the rice paper. And you know how that is when a fly is so annoyingly like hitting the ceiling or the window or something trying to get out. And this bee was just boom, boom, boom. And so Xinchang started singing another little song. And the song that he sang was something like this. Don't like to go through the empty gate, the little hole in the wall. Only hit the door. That's very stupid. 100 years, only hit the paper. Then how do you get out of life and death? So the Sutra Master heard this, and he knew now that he was being ridiculed, and he said, what did you learn for 3 years? What is it that you're saying? And Xinchang said, yes, I learned nothing for 3 years. I went to Pai Chang, Zen Master Pai Chang's monastery, and learned nothing. For Pai Chang teaches nothing. And if you attain nothing, then you attain freedom from life and death. But if you cannot attain nothing, then even 100 years of hitting the paper can't get you free. So this Sutra Master was actually very humbled by his young student and said, please, please, give me Pai Chang's Dharma. I want to hear Pai Chang's Dharma. And the young attendant said, I can't give it to you here, but you make a high rostrum, a high platform like this, and call a Dharma speech, and I will give Pai Chang's Dharma. So he did that, and this young monk sat up on the high rostrum, and he gave a Dharma speech. And the Dharma speech that he gave was this: the spirit remains clear and light. The 6 roots and the 6 dusts are taken off and thrown away. The original body remains clear constantly. Speech and words cannot hinder it. True nature has no tint and is already a perfect sphere. Only without thinking, just like this is Buddha. And everybody was very impressed and wanted to practice. And the Sutra Master bowed to Xinchang, and Xinchang said, no, that's not my speech, that's Zen Master Pai Chang's speech. So the Sutra Master bowed in the direction of Zen Master Pai Chang's temple. and became a Zen student. So, finally, the four elements, earth, fire, water, air, disperse as in a dream. The six dusts, roots, and consciousnesses are originally emptiness. To understand that the Buddha and the eminent teachers return to the place of light. The sun is setting over the western mountains. The moon is rising in the east. So this four-line poem basically sums up the whole Buddhist teaching, Hinayana, Mahayana, and Zen, in 4 lines. The first line is what we've talked about as Hinayana, which is basically impermanence. Everything is changing, changing, changing. And this changing is a dream. Our body's going to disappear. Our body, earth, fire, water, air, everything is going to disappear. It's always changing. Then next, the six perceptions and senses and consciousnesses that we talked about in Mahayana are originally emptiness. So that's Mahayana teaching, is emptiness. Then, next, very important, Zen always hits and gives us this don't know mind. So, where do the Buddhas and eminent teachers return to? What is the place of light that these Buddhas and eminent teachers return to? We don't know. Stuck, big question. Then finally, just like this, the sun is setting over the western mountains. The moon is rising in the east. So just what we see is the truth. And I actually can't think of anything more to say about that poem. But we all have to find this place that the Buddha and the eminent teachers return to. And very fortunately, not coincidentally, we have here in our presence one of these eminent teachers. So if you want to understand that, please ask any question that you may have to our teacher, and hopefully he will enlighten us. So thank you all very much for listening.
So thank you very much, Mu Ryang Sunim. Very difficult this teaching. That's a very high class. So also don't understand. We don't understand our mind, so don't understand this speech. But it's okay. Good sound. So thank you, Mu Ryang Sunim.
Thank you, sir.
Good speech. Also, everybody have a question, any kind of question. This today little difficult, but it's okay. If you some
which constantly comes up, and what constantly comes up is I don't know. So what I'm asking you, off the top of your head, what is the first thing that you don't know?
So, what is don't know? Don't know is don't know. Not I don't know, okay, only don't know. Okay?
So you're saying...
So I ask you, who are you?
You're asking me, but I asked you the question first. What
Huh?
don't you know?
I don't know, I say don't know. So, who are you?
I know.
I know, who are you? You say, I know. What do you understand?
The first thing that I understand?
What do you understand? I ask you, what do you understand?
The first thing that I understand is that you don't know.
You understand don't know?
He understands that you don't know, sir.
So you don't know, okay. So I say don't know. Don't know is don't know.
Now I understand that you don't know.
I ask you, what is don't know?
What I don't know?
What is don't know? He said, what is don't know?
What is don't know? I ask you.
What is don't know?
Yes?
Don't know is trying to be in the presence of Almighty God and not attaining it.
God? What is God? You don't understand God.
But I'm asking you a question. Can you answer the question I'm asking you? I'm not asking you to ask the question, I'm just asking you a question. You can't answer it because you want somebody else. It's just a simple question.
You make me complicate, okay?
Well, you can.
So I ask you, what are you?
I know who I am. I know who even I am is.
Do you understand you?
Yes, I understand.
Who are you?
Would you really like to know?
Who are you?
I am who am.
I hate you 30 times, okay? Keep clear mind, okay? You don't understand you.
No, I don't understand you. I understand me, but I don't understand you yet. If you give me 2 minutes.
Too much speech.
Sorry?
Too much speech.
I'm asking you questions. If you can't answer, that's fine. I'll ask somebody else.
What is somebody else? You too much thinking, okay?
No
You-
thinking. Just
What is not thinking? You're too much speech with too much thinking. You don't understand you, but you say you, I understand I, so that's have a problem.
have enough speech to know that you don't know what you're talking about.
What? So what?
You say you don't understand anything, sir.
Yeah, so I say don't know.
Fine. I accept that. You don't know.
So you say don't know, okay? Then enough. You attain don't know, then attain everything, okay?
Silence be enough.
What? What do you
He
say?
said silence is enough.
Silence? No, you say silence, okay? No problem. You too much open your mouth, so I have problem. Correct. Do you understand that point? I hate you 30 times. I can ask you. Do you understand that point? Open your mouth, I hate you. I can ask you. Do you understand that point? You don't understand. I ask him, do you understand this point? All right. That's very important. Come in here practicing. Okay? You too much understand. That have problem. Okay, more questions? Or no kind of question? No? Everybody got enlightenment today? Okay.
Do you get annoyed?
Huh?
Do you ever get angry, sir?
Angry? What kind of angry? No? Why angry? Why angry?
Good question.
Okay. No angry. Do you angry?
Not now.
No, okay. Put it down, okay? More question? Okay.
Maybe you don't get angry, but I very often do get angry. And when I do get angry, it's very difficult for me to stay with the don't know mind, because my thoughts keep going over and over and over. And so I would like some suggestion on how to have more of a don't know mind when I am angry.
Who are you? Who is anger? Who is anger?
There's anger. There's a feeling of anger.
I ask you, who is anger?
No one's angry.
Huh?
No one?
So you say I am angry, so who are you? Already anger disappeared. I ask you, who is anger? That moment, anger already disappeared. Okay? Don't know mind. Number one good medicine. Any kind, anger mind, desire mind, any kind of mind, take away. So, don't know medicine is the number one good medicine. If you have a problem, anything, only keep don't know mind, don't know, then disappear.
When I have anger, it's difficult to take the don't know medicine.
So I ask you, who are you? So anger might already disappear. Still anger? Correct. Wonderful. So more question?
You teach that we shouldn't eat meat. We shouldn't kill and eat meat.
Eat the meat?
Yes.
No problem.
So it's okay to eat meat.
Hmm?
It is.
Eat meat. Eat Buddha. Eat God. No problem. Why do eat? So that direction is clear. Any kind of eat, no problem. Direction not clear. Even 1 cup of drink cannot digest. This 1 cup of this water not free. So your direction clear, any kind of digest, no problem. Meat, Buddha, Bodhisattva, God, any kind of eat, no problem. You can digest. Direction not clear, even 1 drop of water cannot digest.
Can you explain that a little better?
What
More explain. He said, please more explain.
So this word is the cause effect very clear. Everything primary cause and the condition and the result. Okay? So any kind of thinking, any kind of action, any kind of this, all from primary cause, primary point, and the condition and the result. The three this statement. Okay. So when you are born this world, already you have before life. Before life, already you have make karma. So your body, you can bring your body this life. Okay. So this life, any kind of action, that is also from primary cause and the condition result. Then this action, yesterday we talked about this action, this mind make primary cause and the condition also result. This result, moment to moment result, good feeling, good food, good car, good house, that's before primary cause coming here. Now, what kind of your mind? This moment to moment, what kind of mind? That make a future primary cause. And the condition, then result. We have match?
Yes, sir.
Oh. You know here?
I have a lighter.
No, right. No,
No,
right.
have no match there, sir.
Have no match?
There's a match.
Oh, okay. That's the match. We have that point, match is head. This primary cause, we say primary cause. Okay, primary cause. Then condition, kind together, okay? Some make this together action, that name condition. This only keep here 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, cannot make fire. Even have primary cause, cannot make anything. Some condition together, okay? This head, people's energy, and this together action, boom, then get fire. That's the result. So, primary cause and the condition means some kind of together. then result. So, our body, before life, your father, your mother, whole world, some kind of primary cause, then this life, you get the body means you have your body, your father, your mother, and your country. Together become American, Korean, Chinese, Japanese, get the body. That's the result. So, primary cause and the condition and the result. Okay? Understand that? Now clear? Then continue practicing. Understanding cannot help. Everything primary cause, condition, result. This whole, any kind of thing that has name and form. Name and form these things, that's the all primary cause and the condition result. But we think of a substance, mind or substance that has no appearing, disappearing. That's the point. So, any kind have name and form. Good name and form. Who make good name and form? Our thinking make good name and form. Cut our thinking, there's no name, no form. That's the point. Okay? More question? Okay.
Oh, this is a personal problem. My son, he's 17, and I told him that he has to come, when he goes to Paris to dance, he has to come at 1 a.m. in the morning. And he comes at 4 a.m. in the morning. I told him, every time to come at 1, and I get, frustrated. And he said, Mom, I don't see that difference between 1 and 4 a.m. And he said, there is a lot of difference. And I get, frustrated that he doesn't, follow rules at home. What can I do?
So her son, 17 years old, then he go to parties, she say, you must come home 1 o'clock. But he not come home until 4 o'clock morning. Anytime, don't listen to her. He say, 4 o'clock, 1 o'clock, same. So he don't listen to rule, and she inside angry. So what can she do?
That's what we say karma. This karma are very interesting, okay? Dog has dog karma, cat has cat karma. But the human being is different, okay? Before life, there's many kind of action, okay? This life make karma, okay? Before life, the action. That make this life the karma. Somebody, good music. Somebody, good dancing. Somebody, good art. Somebody, sports. That's not this life is karma. Before life, many try. Then this life is karma appear. So, your son, that's not this life is a problem. Before life a problem. Okay? So that's carrying this life. Then how fix that? That's kind of a practice necessary, kind of practice. Every day practice. Or don't know mind, or Om Mani Padme Hum, or Om Nam, some kind of mantra. Or go to a church, then every day pray. Then can't change. Because this only keeping one mind. Keeping one mind means there has no opposite mind. No opposite mind take away, only keeping one mind take away your karma. Okay. then only keep one mind. Om Mani Padme, it's okay. Gate, Parasangate, okay. Or any kind, only keep one mind. Then can changing. Now still young, no problem. Okay, getting old, then the habit. This young time, the habit more coming here. Then go to this big company, then have a problem up here. Okay. So model mind is very important. Model mind. One time talk, two time talk, three time talk, talking. Then inter. Model consciousness, son consciousness, daughter or son consciousness, almost similar, very close cycle, almost similar cycle. Okay, so models or anytime talk, and for your son pray. You pray, okay? Kwan Um, also pray. God is no problem. Pray to your son. Then your energy, your mental energy, controls your son. That's because your mental cycle and your son's cycle almost similar. So your energy, your mental cycle, strong energy, then this energy control your son's cycle. Okay, it's like a television station, strong cycle up here, or television up here. That's the son or a mother or father or one family, almost the same cycle. Okay, so one person, many this in a family. One family, strong, practicing. Then, so one family, this mental power strong, then all family, no problem. All family control is possible. That's the Buddha's teaching. Same as our this radio station, television station, same cycle, same channel, all same picture. No? That's very interesting. That's the Buddha's teaching. So one family is almost the same cycle, but sometimes fourth son, second son, different action, different idea, different fighting. But that's all small things. But big waves, all same waves. But this is the family, the same big waves. That name the same karma. Okay, American people, American karma, same waves. But this is a waves, big waves, this working that. But these waves, sometimes, this type waves up here, this type, small waves. That's my karma. My karma, my brother karma, my mother's karma, my father's karma, different karma. But these big waves are the same. So, one person, one person, strong practice, this energy. All control the family energy. Okay, so your strong practice, then your son no problem. Okay? Try that. Okay, more question? Okay.
Is don't know, is that the cooperative answer of the one mind?
Don't know, you don't know. Not one mind, not two mind. Who are you?
Is that a yes or no?
I ask you, who are you?
I'm asking you a simple question. Just answer the question yes or no. Please. Is don't know that answer a cooperative answer of the one mind?
Don't know. Okay? Don't know is don't know. Why thinking? So more question? Okay.
What is the meaning of love and compassion?
Huh?
What is the meaning
You
of
just
love?
Huh?
What is the meaning of love and compassion?
Love and compassion. Love and compassion is unconditioned. Unconditioned is love and compassion. Okay? If you have condition, my condition, holding my condition, my situation, cannot, through love, cannot through compassion appear. There has no I, my, me. Then through love, through compassion appear. I love you. Why you not love me? That's not love, okay? That's love, not love. That's like. I like you. Why do you don't like me? This is Dharma, not love. Love means unconditioned. Okay? There has no I, my, me. Only love means giving. Compassion is the same. Okay? More question? Okay.
Last night when Mu Ryang was teaching, he had one part where he said, sitting in Zen meditation, it says control body, breath, and mind. Last night. Then today, Mu Ryang Sunim said, just seeing as Buddha nature, he says, let your mind go any place with no hindrance.
Okay. So what?
So usually American people think about control body, breath, and mind is like send your mind and body and breath to prison. Only cannot move, only stay in prison.
Prison?
Jail.
Jail? To control mind?
Yeah.
Usually when we hear the word control, then we think about it's like going to jail.
If you have no mind, how do you control? No mind, control not necessary. Yeah? You have mind, you must control. Then take away your mind, then no problem. No mind, no problem. You have mind, have problem. That's the point. Okay? So more questions? Yeah, everybody holding mind, so have problem, My mind. Your mind. What is my mind? My mind. Where's my mind, Everybody make mind and holding mind. So that's a have problem. Original, no mind. Sixth page says, original nothing. Original nothing. But human beings make everything, My mind, my feeling, my consciousness, my this, my that, my body, my family, my country. Make everything, So make everything and holding. But make everything no problem. My mind, your mind, my feeling, my condition, everything make no problem. How correct function very important. Only holding, then have problem. How correct function my mind, how correct function my feeling, how correct function my situation condition, that correct function very important. Holding mind, function mind, different. So that's the function mind, you can control your mind. Any kind of appear, disappear. But if you control your mind, any kind of mind appear, disappear, no problem. But you cannot control your mind, only holding your mind have a problem. Because this mind means original nothing. You make mind, you holding something, then your sickness appear. Like dislike appear, many problem appear. But original no mind. But if you make mind, correct function mind, very important. So everything, nothing, but you make everything possible. Everybody make everything possible. I, my, me, possible. My mind, your mind, my feeling, my condition, any kind of make it possible. So I make the sky, tree, mountain, everything. I make it. I make. But the tree, mountain, river, is original nothing. So this mountain is this is not mountain, okay? Human beings make this mountain. Dog never say mountain. Cat never say mountain. Human beings make everything. That our thinking make everything. All created by mind alone. So my mind, my thinking, everything makes no problem. Make only holding, then your sickness have a problem. But make everything, then correct function everything, then no problem. That's a function very important. Okay? Good mind, happiness mind, or suffering mind. The only holding something, even happiness mind holding, then have problem. Even good mind, bad mind, only holding, have problem. Even bad mind, how correct function bad mind, then no problem. If you bad mind appear, great. Correct, that's the correct function. Good mind, then help other people. Have energy, help other people. So this is how correct function, that's very important. The correct function means not for me, whole being, not human being, okay? Whole world. That function very important, correct function. Any kind, good mind, bad mind, high mind, low mind, sickness mind, any kind of condition, any kind of situation, any kind of problem, no problem. Correct function, then no problem. That's very important point. Correct function means not for me, for all beings. Name is, we say, Bodhisattva way. That name is Bodhisattva way. So, not only this life after life after, only carrying Bodhisattva way has all beings. That is the Buddha's teaching. Okay? More questions?
I think I understand what you mean when you say, let go of mind when you're angry, let the mind go, or when you're sitting, put it all down. I understand that. But I'd like to know, is that possible to do when you have dreams? Because the mind goes crazy in dreams.
Mm-hmm.
So is it possible to let go of the mind in dreams also?
So, before I told you, the dream comes from where? Dream means everyday life. Everyday life make your dream, okay? Everyday life make dream. Everyday life, correct, then correct dream appear. Everyday life, suffering dream appear. Before I told you, blind man, he had a dream. So I asked him, do you see you have a dream? Of course, I human beings, I have a dream. Then you see skies blue, trees green, any kind of color you can see. I'm not possible. I cannot. That's a dream, okay? Our consciousness is like a computer. Somebody make computer into the computer, then that's the make dream. Not into your computer, dream is not appear. So blind man, this computer, this computer has no color. Has no color. Dream that has no color dream. So I make something, I get something. That make a dream. So our practice, don't make anything practicing. Don't make anything. If you don't make anything, there's no dream.
So you don't work directly with dreams. You work with everyday life, and then that transfers over into dreams.
Correct. So that's the most important, means our Zen, any religion and our Zen practice different, means any religion said when you die go to heaven, or bad action go to hell. Many talk about that, the other kind of religion, okay? But our Zen means Practicing. The practicing. And if you nighttime dream, practicing dream appear, okay? Practicing. Zen practicing or chanting practicing, any kind of practicing, that is in the dream appear. But complete sleep time, there's no dream, no thinking, okay? That time, where is your true self? Your mind make a dream, okay? Your true self make a dream. But compulsory time, no dream, no thinking. That time, where is your true self? Where is your master? That's very important point. That's not strong practice attain that point, okay? Attain point. Not practice, don't understand. Even believe in God, any kind, this religion, don't understand that point, okay? Complete sleep time. Yeah, sometimes we are complete sleep, that no dream, no thinking. That time, where's your master? Where's your mind? Don't understand. That's very important point. Strong practice, attain that point. Okay? We tried it. Okay, more questions? Okay.
I have a general question. It's not really urgent, but it's decent asking. I'm really interested in people in spiritualism, the tradition, like the Holy Spirit, or I guess in Catholicism, the saints, and even Christmas, the spirit of Christ. How does that fit into this scheme of spirits? Is it like 270? Should we just ignore it and consider it all 270 thinking, or how does it work? The spirits, the Holy Spirit, etc., etc. Can you comment on it in a general way? How some religions.
What kind of question?
He asked about Grecian.
Oh, okay, we translate for you.
He asked about this Shin, Grecian, or some kind of other consciousness. In other religions, many talk about this. Some kind in the heaven have sung in, bodhisattvas or saints. Also have some kind of demon or Christmas spirit, this style. Buddhism.
You say, how does this connect with Zen? Think about the spirit, how does this connect with Zen?
If I see someone who says, well, my Holy Spirit, angel, Jesus, or whatever,
Just a moment. Okay. Before, do you have meditation?
What?
Experience meditation?
Yeah, a little bit,
yeah. Okay. When you meditation, sitting meditation, I look at the front. Book is white, floor is yellow, very clear. But the consciousness, one consciousness, fly, go to a city, downtown, then somebody talking. But I look at this floor, okay? Then one more consciousness, meditation, come back. This is my 3 minds now, okay, 3. Meditation, 3 minds. I look at the floor, yellow, very clear. But one consciousness around the city, business, like, good, bad, or something that. Then one consciousness up here, come in here, practice time, walk around the land. Pulling here, then, okay. Coming. Then one point. So 3 minds. Look at this mind means we say six consciousness. Six consciousness. Around the mind, seven consciousness. Come in here. Practice it, correct. That's a consciousness. We say a consciousness. The one consciousness here, that's a nine consciousness, our true consciousness, okay? Very clear. No thinking. Everything become clear. That's nine consciousness. So we have four consciousness around. Then what kind, demon means, what kind of demon? Demon means a consciousness, six consciousness together make a demon, okay? Also together make also sometimes dream, make a dream. So that is sometimes the other consciousness coming in. That time we have a space. Seven consciousness, eight consciousness has space over there. So the boom coming here, other consciousness control my consciousness. That is we say Mu Ryang, you know. What say? Shaman, okay? Shaman control. This other consciousness coming in, talking there.
What are 8 and 9?
Huh?
Those two consciousness? Oh, you be any 8 and 9?
So, yeah, between, okay? Seven consciousness, eight consciousness. Have a space, then other consciousness coming in here. But if you only keeping one mind, then have no space, then cannot come in. Have space coming in. That's a problem. So, one great Zen master, that's a good story, okay? Great Zen master, here, high mountain, up that small hermit. Then sometime, go to city. Then friends invite him, and sometimes alcohol, drinking alcohol, then talking, late come back. Then on the way have the cemetery, okay, cemetery here, this cemetery, famous cemetery. Before one cemetery, somebody died. This is a very strong general. This died. So make cemetery here. Then one time, this is some Zen master go city, come back time, many bad smells. You know, bad smell means sometimes it's a drink smell, sometimes eat meat smell, sometimes any kind of meat the smell come back. So this is demon, general demon, general God, okay? General soul, what's it? Soul?
Spirit?
Young, hon.
Yes, soul, spirit.
Soul, spiritual. Don't like this, don't like that. So one day, this demon appeared, you know. Then the Zen master coming in. You cannot go straight this road. That's my area. Then the Zen master, oh, that's your area? No problem. Why this everybody coming, going, not your road, okay? I go, no problem. Okay. You and me together again. Then you win, you two go, no problem. If I win, you lose, then you become my disciple. Then they must, okay, any kind, no problem. Then together the game, okay? So you hide everywhere I can find. So he's sitting, then this consciousness go to a temple. The only body over there, and the consciousness go to a temple, sitting is the Dharma room. Then this demon said, oh, now you return to your temple, then sitting Dharma room. Oh, then this Zen master, oh, that's wonderful. You already understand that. Then I hear meditation. And demon was in front of him. Then this consciousness go to China, Kolonsan mountain. Then sitting over there. Ah, now you went to the China, Kolonsan mountain. Then they must, oh, that's wonderful. Then next, okay, last course, 3 times. Last course win, then you might become my disciple. Then, okay, no problem. Then Zen Master sitting, Mu Kongan. Mu. Someone asked Jojo Zen Master, does a dog have Buddha nature? Buddha said everything have Buddha nature, but Jojo said, does a dog have Buddha nature? Mu. No. Okay? No. So this is the famous Mu Kongan. Mu. Only Mu Kongan. Nothing. Mu. Then this demon, oh, where is you? What? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Find the whole world many times. Couldn't find. Oh, nothing. Then must hit demon the head. Boom! I am here. Oh, wonderful. So I become your the disciple. Okay. So you are my master. The anytime they must anytime call him. Come in here. Then any kind of help is Zen Master. That's a famous story. So demon means demon, any kind of consciousness. Our consciousness separate time appear. Not separate, never appear. So if you practice only go straight, don't know mind, or what am I, or Mu Kongan, all demon cannot see you. That's the point. Only demon can see this karma eye. We are karma eye, the 9 consciousness and 7 consciousness. That's karma eye. So if you only stay karma eye, good and bad, high, low, good, the coming, going, this time eye, then demon can see you. If you take away this opposite thinking, only one mind, demon cannot see you. That's the point. So I hope with the Zen mind, that's wonderful. Only goes to Dharma, and your center stronger. Then you can control your consciousness, 7 consciousness, 8 consciousness, any consciousness you can control. Then any demon cannot talk to you, cannot touch you. And strong practicing, then your karma disappear. Then see clear, hear clear, smell clear, everything clear. Whole world and you, boom, become one. Then can see. Clear means the sky blue, trees green, dog walking off. When you see, when you hear, when you say everything truth. Attain truth, how correct function truth. That's the Buddha's teaching. That name is, we say, Bodhisattva. So, not only this life after life, the only carrying Bodhisattva way help all beings. That is the Buddha's teaching. So, we are strong practicing necessary. Tomorrow, we have 10 gate. we have many kongans. 1,600 kongans. Pick up 10 kongan, make, we say, 10 gate. So tomorrow is the last day of this Zen talking. So everybody come in here, we are together talk about 10 gate. Very interesting. So I hope only go straight, don't know, try, attain your true self, find the correct way, help all beings from suffering. Thank you.
So thank you very much, Jason Sunim, for your wonderful teaching. Thank you also very much, Mu Ryang Sunim. Thank you all for coming. Tomorrow's our last lecture.